Welcome back. I'm sorry, I just saw my name up there and like... Developer, you were the first person to ever put my name on something like that, and that is extremely touching. I'm a little speechless there, but welcome back to Suladan Plays the Unknown. Also, I noticed that the settings menu exists now. I really... Sorry, that threw my entire train of thought. I'm just... I'm stunned by that, in a good way. This is the patched version 1.1.2 version. Why do I always pronounce the word version weird? I think when I'm recording, I randomly break out with an accent at times. Okay, game window. I don't know what you're doing over there. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Change log. Added checkpoint. Added hiding places. Added sound when item drops. Added glow effect to ritual sign. Added ritual sign cooldown timer. Ooh, beautiful. That's one of the things I mentioned. Added a closet key. Added settings. Slightly beautified the graphics using lens flares. Crouch now reduces the chances of being seen. Yes! Changed some piece placement, items now dropped in a forward motion, added featured YouTubers, added a short ending cutscene, and added an indicator to the music box. Major tweaks: fixed the game when caught the game freezes, fixed instance when girl gets stuck in the floor, made the AI a bit dumber, fixed the front door being opened without keys. Fixed the difficulty in picking up items, slightly adjusted 3D sound. Game is still not 100% free of bugs. Please do report them when you find them. Thank you for your continued support. Sorry for the detour there, but I wanted to read the changelog. It's very nice knowing that I can crouch and hide now, and please stop staring. Well, you're staring at my feet, which is still strange, but at least you're not attacking me. And now we load. I heard a sound in my left ear, and that makes me uncomfortable. Okay. Yes. Did that move? I don't remember if it could do that before, or did I just never notice? Huh. Well, that's nice. Front door locked. Fuse, you're gonna stay put. I know the... I've already read this, so if you would like to read it, please pause. You forgot to change the... got to change the version number in the prologue. I love it. Okay, so let's explore a little bit, see if anything's changed. I should trigger a message coming over here. Oh, it's gonna be the video message too.
Hey, if you're in Damon's residence already, the housekeeper lately came to your fences. He said that some doors in the house were locked. The keys are somewhere in the house. He also mentioned that the power is out because the fuses were destroyed. But there are still spare fuses in there. Go check the house and try to turn on the electricity so that you can easily see what you're doing. He also mentioned about the door that was always locked near the bedroom of the first floor. He believed that it's a bedroom, but the key was nowhere to be found. There must be some vital information in there. That's all the information I got.
Whoa, you weren't kidding, it threw it. I like that. That's neat. So one thing I'm gonna do differently is put the music box pieces in the bathroom instead of leaving them far down the hall. As long as they don't go through the world, everything's golden. Which they shouldn't. I mean, that's supposed to be fixed. I just have to joke a little bit. Okay, so you're not there anymore. Whoa, game. Whoa, game. What? Something involving this spot right here is like reproducibly fit-inducing. Yeah, we'll make sure. Making sure to take my time to properly explore a little bit, since at the moment I can freely explore and get a feel for... Well, I mean, the world's gonna change, but I can get a feel for where stuff is and gather. There should be 2 pieces in this world, 2 pieces in the other, I think. It's still funny, there's the shadow of the item I'm carrying, but I have no shadow. I am just a haunted flashlight. You stay there. I guess I can go ahead and turn the power on. Yeah, let's go do that. I think I found out why your door won't open, and it ain't the key. That door is askew. And I've installed enough doors to know that you don't want the door. Though the whole frame is askew. What happened? What happened? It's like the whole door frame has gone a little wonky there. That's why your door won't open right there. It's very important that the door frame be... I mean, realistically speaking, if the door frame is askewed or messed up like that, the door won't open because it'll get stuck. Not criticizing, I just have to poke fun. Okay, there was a room in here, wasn't it? Yeah. Whoa! This is a closet. Is this a hiding place? Yeah. Wait, can I get in here? Nope. I didn't think so, but I had to try. There's a foos. Foos number one. Still can't jump. Game thinks I'm jumping, but I still can't jump. Which I presume to be just the jump height is set really low within the engine itself, because it probably has certain features already kind of built in. There is a basement, and the S in basement is oddly capitalized. Was there always a basement? Was there always a locker over here? Was there always an empty locker over here? I assume many of these things the answer is no, and that they involved in the update. Sorry, an idea just came to mind. Aha! The answer is no, the locker was not always here. It's one of the added hiding places. Yes, indeed. Whoa. 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 Is that actually doing like a little lens flare off of the... I'm hearing a weird sound effect. Is that actually doing a reflective thing? Because if so, that's beautiful. So turning the electricity on might be a little harder than I thought. Assuming I need all the fuses. And I can't open the fridge. Okay, so we know one fuse was over there. A music box piece was over here. Oh, hello, fuse. I could have swore y'all used to glow. Also, slight thing. When you're walking, the item in your hand appears to be vibrating forward and backwards really rapidly. I don't know if that's intended. I don't remember it doing that in a previous version. But like, as I'm moving, the item in my hand is vibrating, and now it's turned into a ghost. Sure, it couldn't be that easy that the fuse would just be sitting there. So I found 2 fuses up there. I may as well snoop about in here and make sure that it's not somewhere I don't expect. You have a lot of bookshelves for having so few books. Okay, I don't have that key yet because I'll get that key. Yeah. Ow. Do not sit on your foot for extended periods of time. Your foot will not approve. Have to make sure the fuse isn't at any, like, really unexpected location. You just stay in that room, girl. I don't want to mess with you right now. That is a painting. Well, I can't be sure it's paint, but I mean, it's an art. There's a fuse over there. There's a fuse over here. There's a music box piece over here. That still makes me think of Jen. Oh, other door. This is the room I was looking for. You know, this room should spook me a lot more than it does. As should the fact that I can't see the world. Okay, moving on. These are things you do not question when you wake up in a haunted, spooky mansion. Well, if you wake up in a non-haunted, spooky mansion, you could still probably not question things. Because as we've seen, questioning these things does not help. Boop. And boop. We now have electricity and a body. You fell at different timing than predicted. Yep, everything looks the same. Just wanted to check. Found an office key. And I've got 2 of the music box pieces. In the office I'll find that, and then I'll go up there and do that, and it did say checkpoint, so I'm a little intrigued on that. Oh, it's so much nicer in here with light. I can turn off the flashlight. That's what the game wants me to think. What is written on that? Password is 0728. There's an interesting shelf. I don't know what's going on there. Yes, I can hear a faint noise in my right ear that I shouldn't. Mouse. Keyboard. Unless I saw something wrong, it just went right through that wall like a rocket. And I am very concerned about that. Ah! I have found the perfect hiding place. She will never find me here. I'm gonna get myself stuck, but I won't. Yes! This is my nest now. I'm going to live up here. I know exactly what happened. I was somehow close enough to this that when it opened, it picked me up. I'm gonna try to reproduce it. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I was close enough to it when they opened that suddenly it realized I was colliding in ways that I shouldn't be. Aha! Stomp, stomp, clomp, clomp. I can climb on the furniture. And that got boring faster than intended. Let's go snoop about. Oh, wait. I must get on top of it. Yes. Woohoo! There was no point in going up there. Why is there a hiding place in here? I mean, I'm glad there's a hiding place in here. Although I really hope that doesn't mean I'm gonna have to be hiding in here. One of the music box pieces is gonna be down. No, wait. I don't remember. I think that door closed in the other part. 0728, I think. That red light over there still spooks me a little. I'm not used to breaker boxes having a light on them. I know that, you know, it's not unheard of for them to do so. But look at that reflection. I mean, I don't know what it is. My flashlight's not on, so I can't blame that. Okay, flashlight makes its own, but it's the main reason is because when you go around a corner and you see something red glowing, but also the fact that this game has taught me that red glowing things want to kill me. Namely, the eyes of the girl. Whoa. CR. Closet. There's so many new rooms and I can't go in them! 0728. 0728. I really don't want to go into the bedroom. Can we just not? How about we not? The house is safe as long as I don't open that room. And that's where the game ends. I just huddle up in the hall, curled up, and start rocking, because... Oh, I forgot you did that. Yeah. Oh. Also, one minor critique. She has so few voice lines, that laugh plays far more frequently than one might think it should. In terms of, like, when she's parading around and you're having to listen to her. But, moving forward. I don't want to read a new message. Nightmare, layout, placement of furniture, new items. Yeah, we read this. Pause if you would like to read this. Okay. Pause if you would like to read this. Pause if you would like to... Ooh. Go into cooldown state, hiding, manual hiding wardrobes, fit. Memorize where the hiding places are. I recommend that, yes. Oh, I want to see how close I can get.
Days and nights pass by, the world's yet to be revealed, everlasting, nothing suffering. Every day is journeys and makes noise, come from days and nights pass by, the world's yet to be revealed, everlasting, nothing suffering. Every day is journeys and makes noise, come from please, press the music box.
6! Ooh, checkpoint reached. Yes! Yes! My question, does that mean leave? Like, if I close the game out now, will it still be at checkpoint? Or whether it's just if you die, you will be at the checkpoint? I don't know where she's at, so... Oh, that's right, they're in the real world. Oh, yes. Love it. Love that it has a cooldown timer. Ah, yes. Unknown entity present. Bad hearing. Moderate eyesight and moderate hearing. Possessed little girl. Don't mind me, I just want to put the music box back together so you can listen to your happy, happy music. That's right, the music box isn't in this world. Excuse me, I would be in the closet. Oh, that's right, I have a flashlight. I like that it lights up now when it's ready. Okay. I don't like that I now have to wait, but... I mean, I guess while I'm waiting, I could just be... She saw me. I mean, one problem is just strictly not having a clue where she is at a given point can be a little annoying. But I don't know where the other pieces could be. That's what has me puzzled. I know where 3 of them should be. I mean, I've got 2 of them. And in theory, I know where the 3rd and 4th one should be. I can see that number through the wall, also. I presume that's not intended. I don't know where she's at.
It's coming.
She still sounds like Shio, which gives me some flashbacks all its own. Also, a number of the things she says doesn't make 100% of sense. Like, it's coming? What is it? And why is she worried about it? Did you get yourself stuck? That was an unpleasant sensation. Try to shut the door. I had the door shut. But somehow she was apparently in the bedroom the whole time. Well, if I'd known that, I could have gone elsewhere and, you know, done the things I needed to do. Why am I moving so slow? Why am I crouched? Why is 72? Oh, now we go hide. It also seems like there should be a means to recover sanity. Oh, there is. I just haven't seen it in the game yet. Never mind. It's in the menu. Who's it? Messages. There should be replenished by using pills. I've not found any pills, mind you, but I'm sure they're out there somewhere, or will be out there somewhere at a future point. But yes, I should be closing doors. I'm doing that wrong right off the bat. It would be extremely helpful if I could get a clue as to where she's at, but...
Play with me.
Oh. She's in this part of the house. I see. See, I don't know whether she's in the bedroom or if she went back down the hall. Whoa, what was that? To the ritual sign!
Have you seen it already?
Okay, I kind of get that one from a fairness standpoint, but I'm reaching a point where I can't even leave the bedroom because she's never away from it. I find that frustrating. Oh, yeah, and now that my sanity's low, I get to live with the permanent static, which is... it makes sense from a gameplay stance, but from a mechanical stance, it just... Will you go away? Good gracious. It makes sense from a thematic stance. From a mechanical stance, it just means that the lower your sanity gets, the harder the game gets. And generally, you don't want to create a feedback loop of punishment where every time the player loses, the game gets harder.
Where's the music box?
Depending on the game, the style, etc. But like, I theorize right now she's in the bathroom again. Nope. Okay. But I'm gonna get in here where... I like that I can see out of this hiding place. That's one of my favorite things about this hiding place. But I find trying to keep track of her... I'm trying to think of a way to put it. Especially given that she is the first entity the player is having to deal with over what is assumed to be a longer game. It seems like a very sharp difficulty curve, I guess would be a nice one way to put it. But it's not so much her as the shape of the house. The hallway ends up being far, far too busily traveled by her because every other room connects to the hallway. So she's generally never far from the hallway, which means getting to other places becomes really unpleasantly touchy. Right gear?
Come, play with me.
Is this a hiding place, or is this literally just a place I can go trap myself while she finds me? The problem is, due to her patrol mechanic, that she ends up, you know, she's bedroom, bathroom, door, she's just... The only time she leaves the hallway is when she comes upstairs. And I don't know if this is a safe spot or not. I don't think it is.
It's coming.
She's very close to me.
It's coming.
At least when she's super close, you can hear her footsteps.
It's coming.
Yes, say the same thing 3 times in a row. And now she's just gone. Okay. I mean, she was right here and then gone. Nope, not gone. Coming up the stairs. I don't know where she went. Oh, am I inside of something? What am I inside of? Oh, look, I can see her. See, in theory, I could make a run down the stairs, but I've got to succeed at getting 3 more pieces, and I can only be caught 1 more time. I do feel like that number is a little low. You can only be caught such a small number of times, and so much of the game ends up being a waiting game while you have a countdown clock hanging over your head.
Can you help me fix my music box? Can you?
Can you help me fix my music box? Yeah, if you would stop killing me. Or trying to kill me. See, I swear sometimes she just teleports. Maybe she is teleporting. I don't know. But it's like she was right here and boop, gone. Now what? Did she just warp back to another location? Is she... I guess back into hiding I go until I can find her again. The only time you can safely move is when you know where she's at, but she seems... somehow she's... I don't want to move. I don't want to move. I don't want to move.
Play with me.
I was like, I don't know how she keeps... Okay, there she is. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Why? Why, door? Why do you betray me? Don't do that.
Can you help me fix my music box?
Okay. Depending on how helpful the pills are and how frequent they are, it may not be a problem, but at the current rate, you only get like... Well, I mean, I guess you get 3 or 4 lives, which, depending on the game, could be quite forgiving. I mean, a lot of the old arcade games, 3 lives was the standard. But given that there are 6 pieces... I know a few places I would theorize that pieces could be. I'm betting there's at least one more in the upstairs. And probably one in the office area, given that there was a locker back there. Where else? I'm suspecting that the other rooms in which, like the basement and all, there's just nothing. Or that they're open in the nightmare world, but not in the regular world. But in any case, I'm just standing here waiting for her to come to this end of the hallway. That's one reason that I'm not super fond of the fact that your sanity drops no matter what you're doing. Because that puts a hard limit on how long you can take to do the game, but you also lose sanity being caught. Now that one I'm fine with. It's just the fact that it counts down. It does create a sense of anxiety because the player knows they have to keep moving, but it can also create a sense of inevitability because, like, there are 3 pieces left for me to get. And I either have 33 minutes to do it, which is a long time, or I get caught once. It's the combination of factors that just to me is slightly not pleasant.
Can you help me fix my music box? Can you?
I need to just stand behind the bed in there. It'd be such a better hiding place.
Where's my music box?
I'm guessing that she hovers around this end of the hallway longer than she used to, and it's getting me caught. Would be great if I could peek out from behind this. I mean, actually, that would be really great mechanically if there were places that you could, kind of like upstairs what I was doing, peek out and just keep an eye on her. Call. You cannot find me. I am hidden. Go away. Oh.
It's coming!
Okay, so she may just linger in locations longer than I'm giving her credit for. See, by that logic, she's in the bedroom now, and I should be able to... run.
Oh, there you are.
Or she's up the stairs.
Not again.
Okay, seriously, does she have a teleport ability? This is important information. At her rate of movement speed, there is no way that in that short of a time she could have made it up the stairs. Well, excuse me while I go suicide and start over. Watch, I won't be able to find her.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. Yep, dead.
It's my turn to hide.
There comes a point where you have so little sanity that it's just... Three pieces left to find. This much time to do it. Sorta. And my question, does the checkpoint remember where I left the items? I don't know where she's at.
Where's the music box?
So I can, in theory, unless she comes through that door right when I do this, I can mark this whole area off the list. Okay, so we know for a fact that... Am I really? I can climb up that. We know for a fact that there's nothing out in this area. But I don't know where she's at, so I'm forced to sit here until she comes to somewhere that I can make an observation about her location. That rhyme was unintentional. She's in the office, coming down the hallway, I think. Another thing is the sounds upstairs and downstairs are hard to differentiate, but, you know, there's only so much you can do with stereo sound. We can do left and right, up and down's a little more complicated. I theorize that part of it is just trial and error. You keep doing it until you memorize until you know where all 6 pieces are. Office is locked, okay. That narrows that down. But that narrows it down in the nightmare world. But nothing should have changed in the real world. So theoretically, there's those 2 pieces in the real world, which I probably, depending on how the checkpoint system works, may have shot myself in the foot with. Its checkpoint system remembers where I had put the item, then we're good. If it puts it back where it wants to put it, then, you know, one of the pieces ends up upstairs. It could also be theorized that 3 of them are in the real world and 3 of them in the nightmare world. It's like, where on earth is she? Nope, there she is. I don't know where she went. To the left? To the right? Hello.
Oh, there you are.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm dead. Because she was just hanging around in the hallway like that for no good reason. Now I await death. Or not. I don't know if that was a glitch or not.
Music box. And you?
But case in point, she just was chilling in the hallway.
It's coming.
Question, is her behavior meant to be unpredictable? Or is it something I'm supposed to be able to figure out? Because in the previous version, it seemed very predictable. She went from point A to B to C to D to D to D to, in a patrol, except she would chase you if she saw you. In this one, I've seen her at least 2 or 3 times seem to get to somewhere she should not have been able to get in too short of a time frame. Case in point, she went to the bathroom, and then she should have gone to the bedroom, but she was already up the stairs. One time she walked right past me, and suddenly she's down the stairs coming back up. Is her position being reset? Is she teleporting? Is there some unpredictable level to her maneuvering? I was going to say positioning, but... Or is it something I don't... Like, am I missing something here? I see one piece. I saw... No, that's the numbers. Never mind. And I don't even know if I'm supposed to be able to get into this cabinet, or whether I've just clipped into it and gone out of her detection range. See, here she comes up the stairs.
Can you help me fix my music box? Can you?
It could also be, as long as I have my eyes on her, she follows a predictable path. I'm kind of at a loss.
My music box? Can you?
For the most part, she follows a pretty set path, aside from those rare instances where she just kind of flips out and goes somewhere else. There's also the possibility that sometimes she drops to all fours and does that run thing to get somewhere quicker than I expect her to. I mean, it would be plausible.
Play with me.
I was about to say, if you're back up here, so help me. See, that's open now. I get that this is a new hiding spot for me, but it's like... I don't know. I guess there's a lot of things I just haven't deciphered yet. In theory, she's at the bedroom.
Oh, there you are.
What?
Have you seen it already?
I'm admittedly not super thrilled with the just inconsistent ability to track her. Let me test something. Boop. I just had to reproduce that. Let's see if I can do it with the key. Nope. Okay, it's just those two. Just a random note, if you close and reopen the game, yeah, the checkpoint doesn't hold, so it's a checkpoint for the usage of being able to not redo this segment each time you die, which is wonderful, don't get me wrong. I do not mean to seem critical. The game is beautiful. I just... there are so many times that you have no way to track her location, and it forces you to kind of stand around and do nothing. The fact that right here, whether it's a glitch or not, that I can, from the shadows, watch where she's going. You need more locations like this where the player can safely see what's going on. Many of the hiding places and many of the places that you go that you won't be seen, you can't see her either. And the current audio level just makes it difficult to use that to track her. I'm presuming that this right here is a glitch, that, you know, the fact that I'm clipping through this piece of cabinet. And I'm doing this prior to using the bedroom key just to kind of showcase it. This piece of cabinetry right here. But the fact is, I mean, this half-height cabinet right here where I can watch her from and she never notices me is a perfect example of the type of hiding mechanic that needs to be, or to me that would be very beneficial to the gameplay. Because, for example, downstairs, there's really nowhere I can observe her from to see where she's at. Oh, I forget you do that. Ooh. Not complaining. That one spooks me legitimately every time. The only place I've found that you can kind of watch is from behind this door because it's somewhat see-through, but she can still see you through it sometimes. I would recommend having hiding places that not only protect you, but having some that you can, you know, hide behind and observe. Because while the locker is nice, you know, the locker is a good example. You could arguably try to watch through it. The cabinets are off in places where you really can't use them for observation. They're there for protection, which is great. But there's not many places that you can go where you can track her. Which, I understand it's likely for difficulty, but like, you know, I don't know, can I watch her from behind here? But without the flashlight, it's so dark, I would never be able to see her. I don't even know if it shows up on the camera footage, it's hard to tell. But having more locations, like what I did behind the couch down there, or even if you had the ability to, I don't know if this is in the engine or not, but using Q and E to peek around corners where you're still concealed but you can watch, would offer more of an interactive element of where you are, you know, able to see what's going on, to try to track whatever entity is after you. Also, why is that lit up? Oh. Well, that's neat. That uses the same type of text as whatever the thing down there is, so you can see it through walls. I'm assuming that's a glitch. But it's just, while having more hiding places is really nice, it's still unpleasant in, not that it's unpleasant, it's still, to me, there's a difficulty spike in that there's just so few places you can honestly track her location to try to get a feel for where she's at and what her movement patterns are. I've also never turned those on, so I may as well. There's a seam in the wall right here. I don't know if that's intentional. It matches right to there. See, I can see through there too. There's a slight seam issue, but like the fact that I can crouch behind here and still watch what she's doing and see where she's going, assumedly safely without relying on this. I assume this is a glitch. But more locations like that where you can hide while watching would be of great help. Because I'm still running into the issue of just wasting a lot of time trying to track her movement while also trying to figure out where the pieces are. Which I understand is partially for difficulty purposes. I'm curious if I take this with me into the cutscene. It could just be helpful if there was more of a way to keep watch on her while also hiding. Which I'm not saying that you would need to change the mechanics behind her specifically, but you know, maybe some toppled over furniture you can hide behind while seeing, particularly in the bedroom here, if you made the bed away from the wall enough that the player could see down the hall without revealing themselves, it would help because the player could use it then to see what she's doing. Because otherwise we need a way to be able to track her movements. Because like if I hide back here, I am completely blind. Like I can't see down the hall, so me being back here becomes... I'm trying to think of a word for it. It's tedious because I'm stuck back there, but also because there's no way for me to know where she's at. And if the player has to go out there and get chased by her, well, unless, you know, by dumb luck she loses sight of me, you need some way to track her location. be it via from watching from hiding places or even some form of mechanic that shows you, like, occasionally a glimpse of where she's at. One idea would be when she talks, if whatever direction she was, you saw little red, like, sound ripples or something. That wouldn't make logical sense, of course. I'm using that as an example of a... Hello, smoke. Of a mechanic that could add a little bit of clarity to her positioning. Her footsteps you don't hear until she's right on top of you, which is kind of helpful, but only really if you're in a hiding spot. Her voice you hear nicely based off distance, but again, since stereo sound doesn't cover vertical height, she could be in the room right above me and it'll sound like she's on top of me. Well, by the definition of on top of, she would be. But the player ends up wasting a lot of time just sitting and waiting, trying to figure out where she's at, and that can lead to frustration, as opposed to hiding places where the player could maintain an active role of observation on the entity and feel like they are gaining something. Another option would be to only have character sanity drain when they're actively observing the entity, and then you could have a gameplay dynamic between safely hiding and losing no sanity, or keeping track of the entity and losing sanity, hopefully at the same rate of 1 per minute, not like losing more for staring at her. But you know, there's a lot of different ways one could look at doing it, and of course it's up to the developer's discretion. I am not like pushing opinions or anything, just offering some critique. But like, at my current stance, I do not have the slightest clue where in the house she is. So my choices: I know if I stand here long enough, she will come into the bedroom. And there's still a chance I get caught when I try to leave, because she may have zoomed up the staircase again. Or B, I go out not knowing where she's at and likely walk face first into her around a corner. But with no means for me to occasionally track her location, you know, even if you were like every 15 to 30 seconds to be given like some little ping that would tell you where she was at, a compass item or something, well, that would require an inventory, and the game doesn't currently have one of those. An inventory would be very nice too, but I understand. I thought I heard a footstep. I understand game engine limitations, and I don't know what sort of limitations might be on this one.
It's coming.
But having just some means that you could kind of figure out where she's at in the house. I mean, another option might be that... no, that would be too cliche. I was gonna say you could have like a glowing drawing on the wall in the bedroom that just told you what room she was currently in, because then you would only be able to use it when you're in the bedroom, as opposed to, you know, always having access to it. But I don't know how you would tie that in thematically. Like, it could risk feeling like a forced mechanic rather than an actual part of the game's world. I heard her talk once, and now, like, I have literally no clue where she's at. She's gonna be right around the corner, ain't she? Okay. You just stay in there. I'm going this way.
It's coming.
No, it's not. Ah. Okay, so there is a hiding spot over here. I like that I can kind of see through here, but it's also a little frustrating because I can't see very well. I'm doing this because it kind of forces the game to give me a wider field of vision.
Can you help me fix my music?
I think she just went to the bedroom. But she could be upstairs. I don't know. Slightly wider slats would be very useful here, but I understand it's for difficulty purposes. And potentially a locker model that was just loaded in here. I don't know whether you were making your own models specific. Whoa. I done broke it. Yeah, she's in the bedroom now. Generally, when she does the 2 doors in quick succession, it means she's at the bedroom. Okay, now she... See, I guess I can do... Did she just turn around and go back down the stairs? Maybe that's the key.
Can you help me fix my music box? Can you?
Maybe the key is at certain positions she has the ability to choose a different direction. When she gets halfway up the staircase, she has the decision to come back down. I'm not saying that would be a bad thing. It would be a novel concept I haven't seen before generally in a patrol AI. Not that I've seen a ton of those, mind you. I just mean...
Play with me.
Isn't there a piece over here?
Coming. Where's the music box?
Oh, hello there. You snuck upstairs without telling. See, this is this to me is
Can you help
a
me fix my
perfect,
music box?
not counting the broken cabinet. I mean, this half cabinet thing up here. Like, say there was an actual cabinet I could lock myself in, and then otherwise peek out from behind this thing and keep an observation on her. I don't know whether she reacts to the flashlight.
Where's the music box?
See, she decided to come back up. Okay, so I don't know if she reacts to the flashlight, so me keeping the flashlight off constantly may not be helping. Ah, there it is. Okay, she went down. And in theory, I can watch from here. And in theory, nope, she's coming back. But see, in theory, I can
Come. Play with me.
kind of play hide and seek. As soon as I see her go a direction that's beneficial to me, case in point, nope, she's coming up. Okay, she pauses on the stairs for a bit.
Where's the music box?
If she turns and goes that way, then I can run down.
Days and nights past by.
See, I don't think she comes over here. Like, that's why that closet over there is a good hiding place. But this cabinet here is my favorite by far for the ability to... She's coming back up. Okay, so see, now that I'm getting to observe her, I'm figuring out that her patrol path is no longer a patrol path.
Where's the music box?
She is following a completely on-the-fly, just go wherever. I'm assuming she hits certain positions that she then runs a random number and makes a decision based off that. Or possibly that she tries to go where she thinks I'm at. Don't make that laugh at me. See, she stands around a lot more. Not saying it's a bad thing at all. I'm just taking note of it. So it is... Oh, she's going the exact opposite direction I need her to go. Put that down there. And I'm going to go back up here and see if I can sniff out some more pieces. That would be horrible if she found a piece with, like, game over. You've got to hide the pieces. But see, this feels to me much more active because as the player, I'm able to keep track of... I'm keeping track of her while still holding the suspense value of having to hide, but able to, you know, actually know where she's at and not have her just constantly pop up out of nowhere at me. Her detection range in the update seems much nicer. Back up the stairs we go. Okay. Ma'am, you're burning through my sanity. I probably am not going to beat this game in this episode. Where'd you go? Okay, I thought I understood her movements. Did she start up the stairs and then run right back down? I also like that the lights flicker. That's a nice touch. Still don't like that I'm getting low on sanity, but... Well, not low on. There's... The fact that in the back of your mind there's a countdown clock ticking, it does add a sense of suspense. Especially now that I, you know, am learning a little bit more of her behavior and gaining a better understanding of such. See, I need to check what's in here, but I need to know where she's at before I do. Because I need her to not be up here when I do this. That number keeps... She's got to be soon to come up here. I do like that it's less predictable. But most preferentially when I'm in an area like this where as soon as I see her I can hide. While still freely roaming and keeping an eye on her. Okay, now she's coming up here. So a good example of a hiding spot that's in a perfect place are these three lockers here.
Where's the music box?
Because I can keep it open while still observing the environment and run the risk, as opposed to the closets or the cabinets or the cabinets in the closet specifically, you're so far off the beaten track that there's no way for you to observe and hide. They make good I'm being chased hiding spots.
Where's the music box?
So I think she's in that bedroom over there.
Come, play with me.
Yeah, she's in the bedroom to my right. Nope. There she is. Okay, now she's in there. Okay, what is... I think I know exactly what that is. She's programmed to, when she passes by a door, open and close it. So if the door is open, she closes it and then opens it. You may want to put a check there so that if the door is already open, she either ignores it or... Excuse? I'm not here. Ah, yes. Now I just have to guarantee that she goes down and then she doesn't just start doing this again.
Days and nights pass by. Come, play with me.
Okay. Closet key. Okay, where's the closet? Oh no, you're kidding me. Oh, if you're telling me I have to do what I think you're telling me I've got to do. Go downstairs, go through to the real world, and then sneak my way back up here. I backed myself into a bad corner with that, though. Because now I don't know where she's at. Just to my left.
It's coming.
Yeah, I think that I have to bring that key back up here. Which I admit is somewhat unpleasant, but... I can't just stand around. Okay, so at least we've made it this far. I've got to figure out where she's at, but... Stomp, 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 stomp. She's downstairs somewhere. I need to get to the symbol on the wall. And then I've got 5 minutes to get back up here to that closet, behind which is likely another piece. So you do have to worry about that fact. so she's over there. Oh, don't you turn around. Don't you dare turn around. She turned around. She didn't see me, but she turned around. Now comes another hard part of... Whoa! Okay there, hey! Giant flying key. I don't know how she behaves in the real world. That's a concern.
Oh, there you are.
Nope, she is still here. I was gonna say I wonder if she's in the real world, but that answers that question.
Where's my music box?
The music box ain't in here. Go away. Annoying, annoying child.
Come, stay with me. Where's my music box?
I think she's in the bedroom now. The bedroom ends up being a dead end as far as hiding is concerned.
Oh, there you are.
Because of this. Oh, she is right at the door.
Where's my music box?
This makes the 5-minute timer a problem. Because she gets into this point where she doesn't want to leave. Crud, she's coming this way. And she shut the door as she walked by. That's kind of funny. Okay.
It's coming.
There's a chance she came back up here. I mean, technically all I have to do is hold on to this for a minute and a half. In theory. We'll find out. But if my understanding is correct, that makes the main bulk of the game... Well, not bulk up. That makes the remaining gameplay all about finding keys in the nightmare world, which unlock the locked rooms in the regular world, that I then rely on in order to get to the remaining music box pieces. But the problem of some of them being a pain to get to stands, and will probably be gotten to in a future episode, because this one's dragging on kind of long. A number of the hiding places are just in areas that end up putting you at a dead end where you have to bum rush and hope that you don't run into her, because there's no way for you to keep track of her when you're in those positions. Not saying that you should be able to keep track of her in all positions, but I mean, for example, this closet, I really should have kept closer track of where she went as I entered in here, so that I could have left, gotten into the locker, and then remained in that big open center area where I could keep an eye on her exact location. But we're going to see if the timer running down brings me and that back, or whether it only brings me back. I'm going to theorize that that counts as being caught, so you drop everything you happen to be holding, and that means that you have to make it to the thing, and yep. I lost sanity for that, so that counts as being captured. Okay, so you not only have to make it to the item, you've got to bring it back to the runic symbol. If that was explained in the game, I missed it. Whoops. But in any case, I do see definite improvement. I love that it tells you how many pieces there are, because I would have thought there was only 4. They may have been added. Who knows? But I do see an improvement. I do worry that some of the areas are such a dead end that you have no way to know where she's at, to know when it's safe to leave, such as the bedroom here. I think that sliding the bed slightly away from the wall so you could look to the bedroom door would greatly improve your ability to get out of the bedroom, for example, because there's nowhere in this room you can safely see the bedroom door from. You know, just a few hiding places where you can keep an eye out for her would be nice. It's somewhat like the upstairs hiding places. The addition of those hiding places is a huge help, though. And the current additions to the game have been very useful. I do not know if that one cabinet that I phased through was intended, and I assume that me climbing onto the filing cabinets was not intended, but it's not exactly exploitable. There was nothing I could break with it. Nothing I could break that I know of. What happens if I'm on top of a filing cabinet and she's chasing me? That'd be very hard to abuse, because it would be very hard to get it to happen in just the right time. And then you'd be stuck up there because you would never relent. I don't know. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and I will see you next time. I do intend to, keep poking at this, by the way.